Yeah, good day. My name is Abdulkabir Akinlabi. So we'll continue with our training, and I want you to recollect that this is where we stopped. When whereby someone logs in from here, when someone logs in from here, then it says login successful, and it comes to this place. Meanwhile, you see this page. Someone can just look at this page and copy the URL, go to another browser and paste it here like this, and it will work. So what is the essence of having a portal whereby someone can just copy the URL and go to a browser and it will go? So that is not a portal. So what now makes up a portal is something that if you are not a legal a logged in user, you should not be able to go to that address. So that's what will now take us to something known as session. Now let me explain session. Let me explain session. So it's taking us to session. This is what is called session. So let me explain better. Now this session is something that identifies, is an identity over the browser, something that gives you an identity throughout your stay on the browser. So that means if you are not logged out, you are still the browser will still be identifying your name as maybe probably Alex, as Sikiru, as anyone who logs into the system. So until you log out before the session expires. So how do we do a session? There is what we need to do is, after identifying the person that okay, this person is correct, what you should do is that we should start session. After starting session, we should declare declare a session variable. You understand? So then after that, it will now take you to that page. Now on the portal page, what you are going to do is that you make sure that all portal pages will not show except identity is taken along. Are you getting it? What I'm trying to say is that you make sure that this page, something like this, the person should not come here except what an identity is shown. Now let us explain this. Let me open what we have been doing. I think our login page. This is our login page. You remember? Let me start from beginning. We declared a connection. We said if we press this submit button, all this code should run from here to the last. So we declare the username, which is equals to what we post. We declare a password, which is equals to what is inside the elements, HTML elements. So we now pass this same document inside strip lattice function to make sure to prevent SQL injection, and the same thing with this. So we select every document from users, every column from users, where username is equals to this and password is equals to what we enter into this. So if all these things are correct, we now say if there is someone who is inside database, so we should now fetch results. Now I have already declared that session. Now there is a comment here I put here, identify the username. So that's why I start session here. Before I comment it out, that's why you ask. So I start a session. So this is what I did here, start a session. And how do you start a session? You use this function known as session underscore start. This is what I did here, session underscore start. So I want you to just follow up. So that means that before, your own code will not have all this. So you just go and start a session after identifying that okay, the result is like this. You understand? So you start a session. After starting a session, declared a session variable. So, and how do you declare a session variable? You say global variable session, the name of the variable. You can call it user, you can call it anything. So let's assume I call it user, but I prefer to call it username. Are you getting it? That's the name of the session. So this is how to declare a session. So I can decide to write here that session is equals to Abdulkabir. So anything that is going in as Abdulkabir. But I want it to be dynamic in such a way that anybody who logs in. So that's why I use this variable. So session is equals to this. So if it is Alex that logs in, it's going to show Alex's name. If it is Sikiru that logs in, it's going to show Sikiru's name. If it is Muhammad that logs in, it's going to show Muhammad's name. Anyone who logs in. So that's the this thing here. So we are through here. So after that, this is our login page. That means that we are here. You understand? This is we started session from here. Don't forget. So now on the page where that admin page, this admin page also, we will also make sure that it must also be with session. You understand? This admin page, this one here, we must make sure that it's also having a session. If it's not having a session, that means it cannot identify. So that's why I now state a condition here also, that if is not set session username, this session we declared here, look at this session we declared here on our login. This session, look at this session we declared, that if this session is not set, this is meaning of is not, you know, this I have already discussed this before. This is meaning of not. If it is not set, then this is a new code that you've not been familiar with. So that is header location. The meaning of header location is that it should direct the person to maybe probably let me direct the person to this page. That's in this login page. I'm going to direct the person to this login page. And do you know the reason why I'm putting these dots here? Because let me show you the folder structure. Folder structure of this here. You know, this is where we are now. Login or index. An index is referring to login. This is the folder structure we are now. And immediately we go into the admin. That if this thing is not set, it should direct the person back to this to the other index. That means that you must have to back this folder one time. That's the meaning. If you want to back a folder one time, that's the meaning of these dots. If you put 2 dots, that means you are backing the folder 2 times. So that means, let's assume that I'm here. I'm inside this this admin. Then my code is now inside this place. So, and I want to refer to the last this thing. That means I have to back it 2 times. Dot dot, back. So that's the meaning. That's the reason why I put this in here. So the meaning of this back is that it's going to go back to the original folder and it's going to locate index.php, which is that login page. So let's assume that this login page, we decide to name it this login, this index, we decide to name it maybe login.php also. That means we are going to change this one also to login.php. So that's the meaning. What I've declared here is that on this page, you can see I started with PHP. So you can delete all those doc type that were initially here. So before this HTML, you can write a PHP code here. You see, this PHP code has now prevent anyone who is just coming to the URL without bringing in the session. This code that you are seeing here has prevented the person. Are you getting it? Let me show you an example. Let me show you a typical example. If I should come to this place now, it's going to it won't see the this thing again. Let me try and see something. Okay, let me use localhost slash ahms slash admin. You want to come to admin directly, index.php. Are you getting it? So it should not see the okay, I think I want to check if I have on the, because I'm expecting it to redirect it. Are you getting it? I'm expecting a redirection. So that's the reason why I'm trying to check if it is so it's supposed to redirect me to that ahms admin index.php. So you can see I'm also trying to figure out, because I expect it to redirect me to you understand, on this login page we've done this. Are you getting it? Don't forget, you start the session, then you declare a session variable. Let me write a comment here. Declare session variable. So this is the session variable. Now if you want, in fact, if I want to know if actually, let me try and log in and see if it is working. Sikiru. So it said welcome to this thing. Okay, if you want to know if it's actually bringing this session here, you can decide to echo the name of the session. Maybe probably this place. Let us go and I want you to look at where this thing is, admin portal, and maybe it's going to say admin portal brackets the name of the session. So let us do that. let me go and I want to know where I put this admin portal. Let us go and locate that. I think that admin portal should be, I think we put it under this menu. Look at this, it's admin portal. Now I want to call the session here. So what we are going to do here is we can decide to remove this, or maybe after this admin portal, or this admin portal itself, we want to write a PHP code there, PHP. You understand? So we can echo that global variable session. No, this is how to do global variable under, this is it. Session, which type of session? That username. I want to see if it actually brings the session along. You understand? So it terminates here. So that means that you can write PHP code inside all this HTML. Do you understand? So far as the file is a PHP file. So let me try and refresh this. You can see it's actually bringing the session along. You can see it's bringing Sikiru. So if I should destroy this session, that means that Sikiru will not be here again. So let me still I still want to have maybe admin portal here with that h1, so that it's just admin portal Sikiru. Let me put bracket admin portal. Let me put something here so that it can, I don't know, let me do it like this and see. So this is the session. So you can see that from here. Then another thing is that, so that you know, when you start a session, the session will continue to, if I copy this thing here and open it in another this thing here, it's still going to recognize that Sikiru. So until I log out, and the code for logout, you know, I've written the code. It's just some functions, you know, inside my admin portal. I'm inside, you know, this is admin portal, so I've written a logout code there. You know, I only have two, index and logout. Look at this logout code. Logout code is just very simple. You start the session, then you destroy the session, and you tell him where you are going to redirect the something to. I think here I'm making a mistake, so it should be a folder behind me. Not, if I put it like this, means two folder behind, so it may go to a wrong place. And if you want to know it, so the meaning is that this is a logout page. You know, you just enter decide to do a new file, write PHP there, start a session, destroy the session, then redirect the person. So then again, how will you now, you need to now go to your menu, and you know, in our menu we have already written logout as part of the I think, where is our logout? I think I wrote it sometimes. Okay, this is logout. We should just make it that when we click it, it should go to logout.php. So let me try and see if that logout is working. So I don't think he's he said the page is not redirecting properly. I don't know the reason. I think it's because of this I don't know. But let me try and refresh this thing if it has. So it has actually logged out, but I'm going to rectify that before the end of this video. So let me see. You can see Sikiru login successful. So you can see it's identifying that Sikiru. So it's when I log out, it has logged out like this, but it's supposed to redirect, but I will check that one. The reason why it's not redirecting, I will check it before the end of this video. You can see how to log out. This is how to log out. You destroy, this is the logout code. You just need to pass the you know, normal URL now, that where if I click it, where is it going? It's going to take this logout. So I'm going to check the reason why it's not actually redirecting properly. I'm very sure it's because of this this header location stuff that is here. Now, if you want to appreciate session, let me go to my local host. I don't know the number of database I have. Let me create another user and log in. You can see it's going to identify that person also. So you have to just, all these things are, what's the name of my database? I think ahms_db. Then the users, I don't know if I have more. Okay, Alex Idagu. Let me log in as Alex Idagu and see. You know, this logout is not redirecting properly, but it's actually logging out. So I'm going to if that is not working, I will use, that means I can use JavaScript. But that header also, it used to work, but I don't know the reason why it's not doing. So let me try and this is our normal HMS. Let me Alex Idagu. So you can see. So it's going to identify what? Alex. So these are the ways you just need to know. Just try and create different usernames, and the reason why it's bringing Alex is because it's identifying Alex because of the session we started. You understand? So I think I've been able to realize what the training of today. The training of today is that I want you to know what session is. Is a global variable that's used to identify someone in the browser. So now I want to know the reason why this thing is not actually is not redirecting properly. What I'm going to do is that should I use JavaScript to do it? That maybe let me go and use one of the in our login. You know, we have these JavaScripts. These JavaScripts should I echo these JavaScripts? You understand? Just copy this thing, go to your this place. That if this session is not set, let us try and use JavaScript and see. So all this code should run. That I should say, okay, you must be logged in before accessing this page. Are you getting it? So it should now redirect us to, let me try and redirect it to that backward folder. You know, I told you that when you want to move backward, you should go to that folder. Let me see. Let me try and access it from here. Okay, you say you must be logged in before you can see. So if I click OK, it should redirect me to, okay, it's still taking me back. I think it's still taking me back to that page. That means I'm not redirecting it very well. Let me try and put double folder. So all those things requires so let us try and log in with, like, for another person, maybe Alex. No, I'm not logging in. I just want to check if, okay, let me log in first. Alex Idagu, login successful. It redirected me here. Okay, let me log out. Okay, I'm logging out. So let me see what actually is the, let me try and as I'm logged out, let me try and log in as maybe admin /index.php. that's without login. It says you must be logged in before accessing this page. So after login, that means that it has activated this you must be logged in. So it should now redirect me to index. That's what it remains now. Let me check. Okay, it's redirecting properly now. It has redirected me here. That means that I need to move 2 folder behind. So that's the meaning. So that's what is actually causing the issue initially. So you can see. So that means that for logout also, should I use JavaScript? Let me try and use JavaScript. So maybe probably subsequent lessons we will use that header location. So in my logout also, if I should click that logout, maybe probably we should ask it to echo to do this alert also. You understand that successfully logged out. So this successful logout is now redirects me back to double folder backward, and let me see. Okay, successful logged out. Let me see. Yes, I think we are good to go now. Now let me, I think I still have much time. I want to explain all these things better, especially on the issue of, the code we are running whenever we are on our login is this index. Are you getting it? This index. But this index, remember that when we log in successfully here, is going to this admin here. So that means that anything we are logging out here, we have to back this in double 1 folder here and 2, so that it can come to activate this. So that's the reason for that double folder to go backward. So don't confuse this index here, this index page, and the index here. This index here is totally different. So if I'm here now, if I log out, I want you to go to that index. If I should put this index, ordinary index here, it's still going to retain that home page. So that's the reason you need to make it 2 like this, JavaScript 2, so to make it like to be able to log out. So the meaning is that every portal page you will now be creating now must have this code here. You now be putting this code on every page. So I think the best thing is to put this page in one file and include it. In fact, this our our login. One of what we are still going to do is that we cannot continue. You must have to connect to the database. We cannot continue to use this connection on every page. Does it mean that if I'm uploading it online, Abdulaziz that I've uploaded his work online, he knows that we have to change all these things when we are uploading, because you have to put your data the password of your database on online. Does it mean that we'll now be changing all this in one after the other? So that's the problem. So we must have to include this thing. I don't think maybe we should include it now, to just make sure that all this connection, in case we'll be having different pages for even admin is going to enter patient records and the rest. Are you getting it? So we just need to include this thing inside all those files that we know that we will be using. Let us do it. I think we should do it now. We should remove this one. When I remove it now without adding anything, so nothing will is going to give us issue now, because there is no connection. You can see it's going to be returning errors. Are you getting it? So because we have removed it, so let us now, where are we? We are in login.php. Let us open new document, paste this thing there, this connection, and save it. Where are we saving it? We should save it inside this I think is where are we coming from? We are coming from this page. We are coming from here. Let us save it inside this include. Do we have include here? Okay, I don't think we have any include file here. So where should we put it? Should we create an include file folder here? Let us create a folder. Let us call it includes. Are you getting it? So we now call it connection.php. Are you getting it now? Inside this our login, we will now say what is it called? Include that name of folder includes, then connection.php. So that means that for every other this thing we'll be using, let us try and check if it's working. Alex is not working. So it's not working. So we are including a wrong this thing. Let us see what is actually happened. Include connection.php. Let us see where the connection is, if we are actually right. This is the login page. So we now include connection.php. I'm trying to check connection.php includes. I think it should include. I'm trying to check, please. Let me try it once again. Or maybe probably I did not refresh this page. Okay. Let me see what is happening. You can see it's not saying it. So let me see. Let me pause this thing and check. There is not even a need for me to even check. I've seen that I just wrote nonsense here. So normally we just write all these things. So let me see if it is okay. I'm running. Yes. Now what is there is that when we want to start PHP, you must start PHP like this. That's the reason why it's not saying those things. So you can see where errors is coming from. So that's the reason why it's not seeing the connection here. All these things are very right. So include what's the name of the folder? Includes slash connection dot php. You can see where I just wrote connection here. I did not put it inside php this thing. So I think it should work now. So perfect. So you can see. So that is it. Just make sure you practice it and let me know if you are facing any itch. So what you have been able to do today is session. Are you getting it? So that you can identify the person. You have been able to learn how to log out, how to declare session variables and the rest. So if I should log out now, you see successfully logged out and it should redirect me back to this place. So thank you very much.